Welcome to MexProg, Eric. Thank you very much for this interview. The fans in Mexico are interested to know about your music background, where you come from, who you've played with. Can you tell us something about that?
Well, I've been playing keyboard since I was 4 years old, so that's kind of my home base instrument. I started the guitar at 12. Just started playing, I played in my church a little bit and some other places, and then one of my friends introduced me to Joe Satriani and Steve Vai, and that blew my mind, and that's kind of what led me into the progressive stuff. And, I found out about John Petrucci and Mike Portnoy, and then I found out about Dream Theater and all that, and that's what kind of sparked my love for progressive rock. Although here, it's not really a big market, so this is really my first progressive rock band to play live in. I mean, I'm always recording and writing my own stuff in the studio, but I'm really excited to be able to finally play this kind of music live, because down here I've played a lot in a bunch of country and some rock groups mainly, because there's not a real big progressive market down here, I guess. But I guess it's pretty much the background.
Did you study formally, or are you self-taught?
I had a few piano lessons when I was a kid, and that was just the basics, when I was 4 years old, so it wasn't really intense. I was self-taught until I went to college, and I studied recording technology, and music was a big part of that. So that's when I finally got into theory and, all those things, which I knew, I just didn't know exactly what I was playing. Now I kind of can, figure out what I'm playing, and it just helps to be able to communicate with other musicians, I think. I don't really think you need to know theory to be able to play, this kind of music. It definitely helps, but I think, if it's in your heart and that's the kind of music you like, I don't think you really need to be, really formally super trained or anything.
Mm-hmm. And do you have records? Have you recorded anything on your own name, or your discography?
I haven't really released anything. I have plans to maybe do like some sort of progressive thing of my own. It's all, I'm always writing and recording my own stuff. I haven't really released anything formally, of my own, but I've played on other guys, some country records and stuff like that. Nothing of my own name, just studio stuff and here and there. But I'd like to do something of my own in the progressive rock genre at some point. It's definitely a dream. So.
Mm-hmm. And Neal told me that you did something for the new record. What did you sing on the new record? What did you?
Yeah, I did. That's a funny story. I woke up and I'd missed a phone call, and it was a out of town number, and I saw Tennessee, so I thought, I didn't know, maybe it was Neal or somebody. And turns out he had left me a message he had this one part on part 5 that's kind of a high, weird kind of falsetto thing. And he sang it, and I guess he didn't feel like it sounded right or how he wanted it. And so I called him back. Luckily, I wasn't too late, and he asked if maybe I could maybe if I could sing that and record it and send it to him in the same day.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, sure, because that's just to be on that same record with those guys is incredible. So, he sent me the files, and I sang it in my studio at home and sent it back to him, and luckily he liked it and ended up using it. So, it's part 5, and it's kind of the high falsetto harmony, and then it's kind of hard to explain, but on there.
Man, I'm very familiar with the Thoughts Part 1 and 2 on the Spock's Beard, right. And I figure it's a rhythmically a complex tune with complex vocal arrangements.
It's really cool. I think everyone's going to really enjoy it. Everything I've heard from the new album is really awesome.
What can you tell us about Momentum? You've heard the final mix, right?
Yeah, it's incredible. I think it's. The title track itself is probably one of my favorites, and I don't know. I like that it's still progressive, but it's it's kind of a songy song still, but it's really rocking and driving, and it's got some really cool unison keyboard and guitar harmony things going on. It's just really cool. Can't wait to get to play this stuff live. It's going to be awesome.